Mm-hmm. Okay, then. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Trying to set up my microphone. I'm trying to set up my actual microphone. I'm trying to put it on a mic stand, and I don't have a mic stand, so I'm doing what I can. And I don't it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So many pieces and moving parts. Pretty ridiculous. I might need to use duct tape at some point. See all this? See all these bolts and nuts? And yeah, I need a part that I don't have. I just need a mic stand. I need a straight up mic stand that I can screw this thing into. See? Coming up, we have a guy driving. I don't have the energy for this, so you guys better just stop. Coming up, we have a guy. Take 3. Coming up, we have a guy driving through Montana. I'm not sure in what kind of vehicle, but should be fun. Should be fun. He will be driving as we speak. I'm a little nervous about it because I don't think the Wi-Fi is going to be great. How good can the Wi-Fi possibly be in Montana? Big sky country. All that sky, very little Wi-Fi. Yeah, so I'm trying to get the thing hooked up to the thing, and I'm not stupid. I know how to do things. I'm pretty good at things, but I'm trying to fashion a thing here, and I don't think it's gonna work. And I need a part that I don't have, like I said. Unless I do, can I do this? It's just not gonna be. It's not gonna be great for what I'm trying to do. Can't get that off. So I'm just gonna, whatever. I might have to hold the microphone, but then you'll get all of that handling noise. Lift. Who wants all that handling noise? Not me. I'll bring you a second angle to the rental house. I was going to go out and get some coffee, and I decided not to. What a story. This is not going to work. I don't have the necessary tools to do this. Yeah, I might have to just hold the microphone. I don't know. How much worse could this possibly get, You just hold it like that the whole time. I don't like. I need to get a. I need to get a regular ass microphone. I know this is. I know the sound isn't coming through the mic, but I don't want this echo to be here. So, um, yeah. Maybe I'll just hold this. Oh, I need headphones as well. I need headphones as well. This is not going to work. Yeah, anyway, this guy, he's probably still going to be in Montana, but he is driving all the way across the country from New York to California or Portland, but he will be in California at some point and then back in Portland. And we're going to find out all about it. And he wrote a book that's for purchase, available for purchase on Amazon. Well, that goes into there. Can I fit that into there? Nope. I don't want to hold a microphone either, but I just, it doesn't matter what I want. What matters. Anyway, I figured I would start a little bit early. It's been raining for 2 days nonstop where I am. Kind of cool, also a little weird. Wow, you guys are all about Tom Myers and Ray DeVito tonight. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. Not because of this. Had an opportunity to go on stage tonight twice, passed on it because I just wasn't there. I was focusing on my other idea. Oh. Okay, that's hooked up, that's hooked up, that's hooked up, that's hooked up, that's hooked up. Renovator Jim took all of the ceiling fan blades off of all the ceiling fans today. So they're no longer ceiling fans, they're just lights at this point. Yeah, I know I'm on my laptop, Mike. I haven't switched it over yet. I'm being all casual about it. But yeah, all of the ceiling fan blades are over here on the shelves. They are marked. He labeled them, and they are marked blue bedroom, kitchen, front bedroom, and I don't know what the other one is. And the rain is coming down. I'll be right back. Can I tell you something? I didn't even know that you could take ceiling fan blades off. I had no idea. So now I know. I think it might be too hot. I just turned the heat down. Apparently, there's supposed to be a thunderstorm coming. I'm going to use these earbuds, not these, because who needs it? Oy vey. Me that the place is almost ready to be painted, which is great, but I'll be gone. I'm also going to give you guys, like I said, a second thing to do. This isn't the show, by the way. They tell you guys this isn't the show. There's a show coming, and it's going to be so fun. It's going to be great. I need chapstick. Okay, I'm going to read through the comments a little bit and see what's going on down here. What the fuck is my heart rate? What is happening right now? Okay. I'm gonna open this door here. There we go. That should cool it down a little bit. No, they're not redoing the floors. They're redoing a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, I need a different microphone. I can't hold this microphone like a regular microphone. I don't know why I feel like I'm dying. Like I said, I'm going to go to the doctor. Jim is a monster. You have crystal fans? No, it's definitely not mental. There's something physically wrong with me. No, he's not done yet, but he's close. He's close to painting everything. Okay, I need chapstick. Doctor. Well, he took the fan blades off because he's going to paint the ceiling. What else do I need? I think I'm good. I think I'm good now. Whew. I need my phone. And yeah. Okay, the guy driving through Montana is ready, but something I need to do is I need to pull up his. Do I go away when I open a new tab? I don't know. What? Ugh, that's not how I do it. Maybe one of these. Is this how I do it? Oh, I don't know how to do it. Okay, and then I'm also going to no, I didn't pull an all-nighter. Okay, oh, all right. I need to do this. Okay, that should work. That should work. I want to do this real quick. I'm going to do this real quick. Hello. Okay, I'm coming. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, Brian?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Fucking stellar, dude.
We can barely see you, and that's the way I like it.
uh Sorry. It's like
No,
as bright as I can make it in my car.
it's all good. It's all good. Just focus on the road. This is Brian
Yeah.
Netzel. He is currently driving through Montana. Are you still in Montana?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the fuck out of Montana as soon as possible. This state tried to kill me last night, so
What happened?
I hit some really, really bad weather. Like it got down to 27 below last night, and it just started to shut shit down in my car.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's like it was too cold for like my car to take the air in and use it,
wow.
I guess.
So are you are sleeping in your car in between drives? Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely crashing in the back. Except last night I had to sleep in a hotel.
Okay, so whenever that happens, I'm curious. Like, you only can sleep in your car when the temperature allows, right?
Well, sometimes, I mean, if it was because I slept in it the night before when it was really cold, like, but last night I had to sleep in a hotel because I had to take my car to a shop. So I like, because it
Oh,
fucking broke down and just stopped working.
okay. Do you want to say what kind of car you're in?
Sure, it's a 2019 GMC Terrain.
Okay, so you used to have a van, correct?
I did. I had a van. I had two vans. The first van, the frame rotted out on me, so I had to junkyard that, which sucked. And then the second van got hit by a drunk driver, and they totaled it. That broke my nose.
You broke your nose.
Yeah, during the accident. Um,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, they hit me from. I was sitting at a red light, me and another comic. We were coming from a show during COVID, and we were stopped, and a drunk driver hit me going 40 miles an hour in the rear end.
Oh my God.
Yeah, his car like lifted up into the back cargo space of my van.
Jesus Christ.
Shit was gnarly, dude. I was so pissed off that I lost that van. And then like I couldn't even get a replacement because once COVID hit, the van prices doubled like that year.
Yeah, everybody was trying to live that van life during COVID.
Yeah, shit was awful, dude. I was so sad about it. So now I'm in an SUV doing my travels. I barely fit in the back, but I got a couple inches to spare.
Yeah, but you love doing this kind of stuff, right? This is like kind of what your book is based on.
Yeah, it's absolutely what my book is based on. I've been doing it for like since 2018, and I don't know. I just dig doing these long drives by myself. I dig going to national parks. I dig like seeing all the nature, meeting new people, going to new comedy venues, and
Hmm.
like I don't know. I just dig the overall freedom of it. You know how it is.
Yeah, so you are currently going from Buffalo to California, right?
I'm going from Buffalo to Portland, and then I'm ending the trip in California.
Yeah, you're headlining. I cannot. What's the name of that festival?
It's not a festival. Well, they do have a festival, but I'm just going there to headline their club, which is the Savage Henry Comedy Club.
And what city is that in?
It's in Eureka, California, which is Humboldt County, which is like
Okay.
basically the redwood forest.
Yeah, that club looks really interesting. I would like to visit that club all the way out there.
Oh, you should, man. You would love it so much. They would love you. It's
So
such a
you're
cool comedy scene there.
Yeah, I hope to be there soon actually. I'm getting ready to go to California, but I was afraid to drive through the desert by myself. And the drive you're doing is probably scarier than the drive through the desert cuz you're taking the
Dude,
whole
I would take the desert over the mountains and snow any day of the week because, like, cold and snow will just fucking kill you. It'll kill you on the spot. Like, the desert, as long as you got enough water and your car's, like, got the ability to cool itself, you can be fine. But, like,
Okay.
the negative 27 degrees last night literally just, like, almost shut me down.
But what about taking the route you're taking in the summer? Would it be okay?
Yeah, I think so. I've been through, like, Death Valley in the summer with my car, and it's been fine. You just gotta, like, make sure you respect the heat and, like, not use your air conditioner in 115 degree weather and, like, just roll the windows down instead so you don't overheat your car, and, like, make sure you got enough coolant, shit like that. Your car will survive, like lots of people's cars do. And, just make sure you got enough water and you're fine. But, like, the cold in the mountains, fucking a freak storm can come out of nowhere and just, like, shut you down. You see it in, like, going to Denver a lot. There's, like, you see people trying to get through that interstate and you just see them sliding sideways because they don't have good enough tires or four-wheel drive. And it'll just come out of nowhere and just haunt you.
How many times have you made this drive across the country?
I think this is number 8 back and
Wow.
forth, either 8 or 9.
And you drove to Alaska once, right?
I did, and that's why I thought, like, driving through Montana in February would be like nothing. I'm like, dude, I've driven to Alaska. I spent a month driving around in the Yukon in Alaska. Like, surely I should be fine, and my car will be fine. And I could not have been more wrong. Like, Montana does not fuck around in February. Like, just stay. I would suggest everyone just stay away from driving through any part of Montana from October to April because it's
And
just treacherous and it wants you
and
to die and it hates your
yeah,
car.
how long is the drive total? Like how many hours do you know? From Buffalo to Alaska.
It took me 9 days of of 14-hour days driving. So something like 110 hours at least, I think.
Wait, did you do 14 hours every day or did you take some days off?
No, I went balls to the walls every single day. It
Holy
was
shit.
insane. Yeah, dude. It was the wildest, most extreme driving I've ever done. Because, like, the roads out there aren't meant for cars because it's all heavy industry. So it's all tractor trailers. And they just don't want you on the road. And so, like, it'll be like you'll be driving through a foot of snow and they don't use salt because that would be an insane amount of salt for, thousands of kilometers. So they just use stones and rocks as, like, grit to keep you on the road. And these truckers don't give a fuck, and they will go so fast, they will pass you, and they will just kick up, like, all these rocks in your windshield while you're trying to drive. And as I was driving there was, like, all these people with cracked windshields. I'm like, man, there's a lot of cracked windshields here. And, like, 10 minutes into Alaska, my windshield just giant crack from a rock off of a tractor trailer.
Yeah, truckers don't care, but especially like I have a little bit of experience with that in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Not truckers, but just like the general population of those two states
Yeah.
do not care in the winter. I don't know how they know where the road is going. There can be zero visibility and they will pass you doing 50 miles an hour. You can't see the lines on the road. You can't see in front of you, yet somehow they're just zooming past. Like, I guess because they live there and they're used to it.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's like driving in Dallas through a blizzard.
Yeah,
Like
it's very scary too.
everyone's going like a literal 100 miles an hour and they just don't care. Their cars are all fucked up. Like they just don't give a shit. But that's how I drive in Buffalo, so I get it, you know?
Now, is Buffalo like Minnesota and Wisconsin in that they when you get your driver's license, when you're getting your learning permit, your parents teach you how to drive on ice by taking you out to a frozen lake?
No, my parents didn't teach me shit. You just kind of got to learn on your own by either like driving in a snowstorm or almost dying in a snowstorm. Then you're like, oh, okay, I think I got it now.
Okay, so you're saying the desert would be like nothing for me, especially this time of year.
Dude, the desert, this time of year is like the perfect driving in the desert. As
Okay.
long as you're not like, it might get a little treacherous if you get up in altitude. But those spots are very few and far between. Like maybe if you're driving through like Flagstaff, Arizona, it might get a little dicey, but I think you'll mostly be going through like Nevada, right? To get to San Diego.
I'd have to go through Albuquerque. Now I'm going to be changing my route. From where I am now, I would have to go through Albuquerque and Phoenix.
Oh, you'll be fine then. Yeah, you're fucking gravy. You're gonna be going right through Texas, right?
Yeah, the top, the panhandle, I guess is what it's called.
Yeah, if you're going through the top of Texas and Albuquerque and shit, you probably won't even hit rain.
Oh wow, okay. Now is
Yeah,
it like
it's
long
fine.
stretches of road before you see anything? Because somebody gave me advice to just always keep my gas tank full.
Here's my suggestion for everyone who's doing a long road trip is make sure your oil change is good. Make sure you got enough coolant. Make sure your tires have enough tread. Um, Make sure you never let your gas go below half a tank. And make sure you have enough water. Because, like, food is whatever. You can live weeks without food, but you can't go a couple days without water.
Hold on, I have to shut the door that I'm beside because it's lightning and thundering.
Oh, is that what that was? I can hear it.
Okay, so all right, let's talk about your book. Let me bring up the title real quick. It's called Boondocking for the Brokenhearted: Attaining
it.
Enlightenment by Sleeping in Your Car. So,
correct.
yeah, I haven't read the book yet because I'm being so lazy about buying it. But tell me what inspired it, why you wrote it, what's the brokenhearted part about? Yeah, tell me everything.
Well, I think like everyone is very distracted with a lot of things. And I think that doing these long road trips forces you to be alone with your thoughts. And I think when you do that, you start to learn a lot about yourself and you start to like really dive into your brain. And when I was planning a longer trip, I was doing like 3 months. I had 4 comedy festivals. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go from Buffalo to Portland, Maine, down to North Carolina. I'm going to see some friends in Austin. Then I'm going to go hang out in the desert. And I had so much alone time, and I had never like planned on writing a book, but like I just had so much time with myself that it just kind of poured out of me. And I just started writing a lot. So I spent like a couple weeks in the desert and I just wrote like 30,000 words in a couple weeks, which is like, Stephen King levels of volume.
And it was because of the lack of distraction or the loneliness, or do you think the environment of the desert had anything to do with it? By the way, real quick, in case we get cut off, it's because my power went out. There's a thunderstorm. I didn't know it was going to happen. So if that happens, that's what happened. But go ahead.
Okay. If we get cut off, it might be because I'm driving through the mountains of bumfuck nowhere, Montana.
Okay, cool.
I think it was both. I think like the isolation of me just not having any real people around. And like most of the time when I was in the desert, I was by myself. I didn't have any drugs with me. I don't drink anymore. So it's just like me and nature and silence. And also I had no cell phone service. So I just kind of sat every day and like just was a person by myself, just sitting on planet Earth. And I think something about that just cracked open a part of my brain that was always there. It was just laying dormant. And I just needed to like pay attention to it a little bit.
How long in isolation do you think it took before that started to come out of you?
I think on day 2, I started to like day 2 of no cell service and being out in the desert alone. I just started writing words like crazy. And like, I'd never written huge volumes of anything before, but cranking out 5,000 words a day was absolutely no problem. It just, like I said, it fell out of me. And before I knew it, I had 90% of the book written in like 2 weeks. I'd never done anything like that before.
Wow. Is it and did you end up writing any comedy during that time too, or was it all this introspective stuff? Oh, maybe. I think we lost him. He might have to join again. Man, this is really interesting. I love stuff like this. One time this reminds me of the time I went on a date. Oh, he's spinning now. He might come back. I went on a date with a guy. Oh, there you are. Okay, you froze up for a second. Now you're back. So was any of it like, was it all serious or did you write any comedy on the side too? Oh, wait, I don't know if he can hear me now. I can see you, but I can't hear you in case you can hear me. Oh, I can hear you actually.
Got it.
There you go. Okay, you can hear me. Okay. So I was wondering, did you write any comedy as well, or was it all this deeper stuff?
It's both. It's my friend Jesse, who's like my best comedy friend, called it Jack Kerouac for late stage capitalism.
Okay. Did you so when you tried that material, was it like awesome material where you're like, holy shit, I'm writing gold all the time?
It was definitely the most polished piece of art I've ever made. Yeah.
What?
And, yeah. And that felt good to like have something that because I never like made a big epic thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice to like sit down and just diligently make a piece of art without stopping.
Mm-hmm.
And
so,
like, even the editing process was because it took me a year to edit and format it. Even that was like a whole art in its own right.
Wow. So it took you a year you were 90% done with the book in 2 weeks, but then it took a year to finish it off.
Yeah, because like the editing and formatting process is its own thing. And I also had a friend do some artwork for it and like do an illustration for each chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So I was editing while they were making all the art for it. And just like the editing process makes you go through and comb through every chapter. So before I put it out, I probably read the book about 50 or so times.
Wow.
In the editing process.
So you probably went through this. Did you ever go through this phase where you were like, this sucks because you've read it so many times?
No, not at all. That was a weird thing because like with jokes, you say them enough times, you're like, all right, I'm fucking throwing this in the garbage, you know?
Right. So do you want to talk about it? Is the broken-hearted aspect something personal to you, or is that vague?
I think it's something that's personal to everyone. And
Yeah.
I think we're all trying to distract ourselves nonstop from a lot of traumatizing things that happen to us. And that's kind of where we have some personal problems. And like, that's where like a lot of my substance abuse problems stemmed from, was just me not paying attention to like shit that affected me, and I just like ignored it. So I think everyone has that. Everyone has that baggage, but you're really only going to solve it if you kind of dive into it head first and take an honest look at it, you know?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about anything like that, or is that too personal? Because I like talking about that stuff, but I understand if it's like really personal, you
No,
know.
I'll talk about it. It's all in the book. So, like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So maybe we shouldn't talk about it. Maybe people should just buy the book.
I think they should just buy the book. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the gist of it is just everyone has issues. Everyone has had problems, like with their childhood, problems in relationships that were very like damaging to them, and like changed the whole thought process that they adhere to now, and it changes their entire behavior permanently unless you like dive in and start to take a look at it. And I think it takes a lack of distraction to have that honesty with yourself.
Yeah, so now, okay, so you've done this trip, like you've driven cross country 8 times now. So I'm assuming it gets easier every time, right? Because you've built up mental strength.
You do get stronger at it, but it's like every time you peel away a new layer, you discover something else. Like you're never done peeling away layers. You just get better at reacting to those layers. And
Oh, wow.
I think that's the important part to take away from, having that amount of time with yourself, is you get less discouraged by uncovering things about yourself that you didn't know before. And you get better at taking an honest look at them and then using them to say, okay, this happened to me. How can I look at it in a light where I take away something positive from it? How can I use this to be a learning experience and grow from it, as opposed to like, oh, I need a fucking drink, you know?
Yeah, how many times, I was going to say, how many times did you get freaked out by the silence and just by your thoughts? I mean, did anything happen where you were like, fuck, this is scary. I don't really want to confront this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it at first, the first time I think I did it was on my second road trip. And I was traveling to Portland for the first time. And I stopped at this place that had like, it was like the oldest tree in America, right? It was outside of Eugene, Oregon. And so I stopped there. I had been to Portland and I was driving down to Eureka to do their comedy festival at Savage Henry. So I stop at this place outside of Eureka with the America's oldest tree or whatever it was. And I pull up, there's no one there. And it's up this mountain. And it's like so eerily quiet because there's like no village around it. It's so far away from the main road. You really got to like work at it to get there. And then once you get up there and you see the tree, and it's just like, it's still growing, but it's like mangled and it's huge. And it like, you ever just see an old person and you're like, oh shit, I hope that's not me. It was like that, but the tree version. But it was so fucking quiet that I just like, my heart started beating really, really fast. And I felt the vulnerability of that situation. I just like felt like I was in danger. And after like, I stared at that tree for maybe 50 seconds before I was like running out of the woods. That's how quiet it was.
You know, there could have been a bear around, because I had a friend who said that the hairs on her arm stood up when there was a bear in the area before she could actually see that there was a bear. Maybe there was some kind of predator around.
It was something, but like, and I couldn't hear anything. You know how it's like so quiet that your ears start ringing?
Yes.
It was that quiet, but I was like outside and I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary. See, that's the type of stuff that I'm afraid of because I would do all of these national parks by myself. The only thing that's stopping me from going is doing them by myself. I do all kinds of other things by myself, but national
Yeah.
parks are like actually dangerous. And I don't
You
know if,
there's no cell service. You could die real easy by
yeah,
yourself hiking. Like, I have a friend that hikes alone all the time, and she's good at it, and she's experienced, and she's probably almost died half a dozen times. She still does it. She's still terrified, but like she knows that no matter how much you plan for and no matter how much you prepare, nature can kill you whenever it wants.
oh, absolutely. I was at a state park one time just near a little bit of a it was like a stream of water, but it was a wide stream and I didn't realize how slick the rock was. So I
Yeah.
stepped on this rock and I fell and I like turned my body because I knew I had to grab onto something or else I'd be in the water. The water wasn't deep, but it was like kind of like rapids, right? So I twisted my body and I landed on the side of my hip and I could not pull myself up out of the
Yeah.
water because the rapids were like from the waist down, the rapids were like pulling me. So if
Yeah.
somebody wasn't there, I don't know what would have happened. But I was with somebody and they pulled me out. But that
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yep. And it happens to people all the time. I don't fuck around with like deep hiking anymore by myself because I know so many people where it's like they almost died. And like I'm always putting myself in in situations where I'm almost dying anyway already. So I don't need to like, but it's never intentional. So
Right.
like I try my damnedest not to go deep hiking by myself. And a good example, last year or the year before, I was in Glacier National Park, and they have lots of bears there. And it was like that time of year where bears get real angry right before they go and hibernate.
And this is like grizzly bear, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I wanted to see Glacier National Park, and I was in the area, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm going. And I went there, and it was cool, and it was beautiful. And I did not hit a single hiking trail, because fuck that, dude. I had bear spray with me and everything, but, like, the bear spray was on me in case the bear, like, came close enough to my car. That was it.
Oh my God. I don't
Yeah.
even know if bear spray works. Like it doesn't sound like it would actually work.
All bear spray would do would give me time to get in my car and start it and fucking get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I know I know one person who hikes the Pacific Northwest Trail. I don't know what's
Yeah.
that like. It's some insane amount of miles. And
It's the whole
then
stretch from Mexico to Canada.
yes, and I don't know. She did it twice maybe, but I'm like I don't know how the fuck you do this. But she's also like a rock climber, so at least she has that skill. And then I went on a date with a guy once. Our date was a hike. Our first date was a hike, but it was just
Right.
it was just in Pittsburgh. And like he hiked that trail all the time. And he was like a guy who it didn't work out because he didn't have a car and he lived with his parents because that's a lot of hikers do that. He just had a bike and he's like, well, I have all of these notes from my travels and I have all these journals and I want to write a book and I want to be like a travel blogger, but get hired at a magazine. So he was like in that place where he was kind of done hiking, but he had done it. And it was like hiking with him at night was crazy. I didn't expect to be out there at night, but I was like,
Yeah.
dude, it's dark. I can't see. And he just like tried to tell me how to see. And he was like, you'll be fine. Just do this. And he was
Yeah.
just flying through the woods and I'm barely keeping up because I can't see.
Yeah.
I'm like, these people are adjusted to this. This is nuts.
Yeah, you have to there's ways to do it and there's ways to not do it. And like I think the separation is experience. And if you have a lot of experience hiking, which I do, you know what's safe and what's not. Like hiking at night, if you don't know how to do it, like and someone does, like you gotta kind of like escort that person and
Yeah.
like let them know that it's safe and things like that. Because I've hiked at night plenty of times. There's a way to do it and a way not to.
Mhm.
And if I'm with someone that doesn't know how to do a hike, I'm making sure that like I'm taking all the steps to make sure they know what's going on and what they're doing and that they're comfortable and stuff like that. You know, I think that's important.
Yeah, he told me that he actually dated a woman who he met on the trail, and then they kind of did part of the hike together, and she was leaning on him for the mental strength of it, and he was just
Yeah.
like, I can't, you can't, be out here basically, because you can't just lean on me this whole time. So it really takes somebody who's like pretty fucking mentally tough to do that stuff.
Yeah, I think it does, especially if you're by yourself. But like, I'm always hiking with people who have never been to like the most basic mountains, and I'm always making sure that like I'm checking in with them and be like, hey, are you hydrated enough? Do you feel nauseous? Are you cold? Are you in pain anywhere? Like, and you have to be real patient with those people, which I think comes with being an adult, is becoming more patient with people. But I think that's really, really important when you take on a hike with someone else to check in with each other, you know?
Yeah, have you ever had any dangerous encounters at actual truck stops or anything like that?
Only with cops. Cops are like the only ones who
Really?
who have fucked with me, and that's the only time I ever felt in danger with another person was with the police.
Wow, because you just didn't know what they were gonna do?
Yeah, and they would like fuck with you, and it's always in some red state. Not to be political, but it's always some
Yeah.
red state. I have New York plates, and they're like, "Oh, fucking, watch me own this lib," and then they
They
pull me over, and they interrogate me for like an hour, sometimes 2 hours of me just sitting there trying to play it straight and deal with them. So finally, I got plates that say I'm a veteran, which I am. But ever since I got those plates, the cops just stopped fucking with me for being out of state, thankfully.
Wow, they assume you're in New York City.
Yeah, yeah. They don't know that I grew up riding fucking four-wheelers and snowmobiles and shit, you know? So it's like you
You're
can't
like,
win with it.
yeah, you're like, if you weren't on duty right now, we'd be hanging out.
Absolutely. Right. We're the same person, bro.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe. See, that's another thing I'm afraid of is I'm like, okay, first of all, what happens if something happens to my car? I have AAA. How long is it going to take for them to get there? I'll
And like,
probably.
do you have cell phone service to call them?
Yes, yes. And people are giving me shit for being afraid of the drive, and I'm like, no, no, no. I can't. Like, I've been on the road long enough to,
Yeah.
and enough times to know what the possible dangers are. But in the desert, I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm probably going to run into a cop before AAA even gets there,
Yeah.
and who knows what the fuck is going to happen then. So,
Well, my suggestion to you would be, follow the rules that I told you about having enough water, having enough gas. And if you don't know uh, the area, stay on the interstate. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah.
There's plenty of visibility. People are driving by all the time. There's mile markers. If you don't know where you are, you can just find a mile marker and tell AAA that you're by mile marker, whatever. State troopers are driving by constantly. So as long as you stay on the interstate, you should have zero problem whatsoever.
Okay, and then so what state? Okay, so Alaska. You think Montana and Alaska are about the same in terms of danger?
Yes,
Wow.
absolutely.
Wow, that's intense. I mean, Montana looks intense, but I definitely would have guessed that Alaska would be more intense.
What's weird is Montana gets colder, and I didn't know this at all. Because when I drove to Alaska, I drove there in March, and I think it was actually late February to early March. I drove there, and it wasn't. I barely saw any below zero temperatures at all. But in
Wow.
Montana, like it's 8 degrees now, and a couple of nights ago, like it was minus 27, and I didn't know America got that low in temperature.
Jesus Christ, that is.
Yeah, and I've made this drive before in like similar times of the year. Like I made it in like late fall and it wasn't this bad, and I
Mhm.
never saw snow. But like, dude, I've never felt cold like -27.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that at any point. I've probably seen up to like -10 in my life.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Have you been to every state?
The only one I'm missing is Hawaii.
Okay, that's probably not I mean, if it is dangerous, it's dangerous for other reasons. It's like
Yeah,
lava. It's dangerous because of lava.
I guess the whole state could just turn into fire. I,
Yeah. Well, if you want, I don't know how much time you have or how long you want to be on here. But if you want, it could take a quick 5 and then come back and address some comments, or I can let you go if you need to go and focus on the road.
we could take a quick 5. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a quick 5, and I'll take you off the screen, and then we
Okay.
will be right back, and then we'll go through some of these comments. Yeah, I didn't even I Man, yeah, I love talking about this stuff because I love
Yeah.
traveling. I was actually going to try to get a dog just to have something with me when I go to national parks, but then I found out that a lot of national parks don't even allow dogs because of the
Yeah.
bears and the predators.
Yeah.
So I can't do it. But also, I forgot to tell people in case they haven't figured it out already. Brian is not just an author; he is a very funny comedian. So you're going to be just doing a bunch of comedy there in Portland when you go.
Yeah, I got a couple of shows. I'm doing a Don't Tell and some other shit. I'm really just going there to hang out, decompress a little, go to the ocean, do some hiking. Just get out of. I had to get out of Buffalo. I was just getting like stir crazy there.
All right, I want to give a shout out to Rick who sent sent a Venmo. Thank you, Rick. Holy shit,
Hell
Rick
yeah.
is so generous. I can't believe it. Rick is like, I feel like Rick is like my number one fan.
Love
So
it.
I want to say thank you to Rick for that. Okay, so let me go through. We got there's the chat is a little bit chat seems a little bit active tonight, so that's good.
Cool.
And so I'm just going through them here. Okay, Felicia looks like the type to have half a season of an HGTV show.
I can
don't-
totally see you with a vest.
Are you serious? Yeah, I don't know if I told you this at all, but I am in an empty rental house right now. It's completely empty and it's being renovated, and I'm just here. I have my own room. All of my stuff is in that room. I have a bed in that room, but the rest of the house is being renovated and it's going on the market, so it'll be for sale for $400,000. Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's so I've been just doing weird shit in this rental house and live streaming it.
Oh, I love it. That's so on brand for you.
It is. It really is. So people are commenting on the renovations. The renovator's name is Jim. He's a great guy. He offered me his gun, which is fantastic. And he took all the blades off of the ceiling fans because he's going to paint all the ceilings. That you do a bunch of carpentry, right? Like you're
do
basically
a lot, yeah.
Yes, you're like a Renaissance guy. You're a carpenter,
Yeah,
you're an
totally.
author, you're a comedian. You do everything. You are a veteran. So Oh man. Okay, Butte, Montana has a lovely Holiday Inn. says
I just
can't-
drove through there. I was there like an hour and a half ago or something. Or like 2.5 hours, 3 hours ago. I just drove through there. It was fucking 0 degrees.
Super cold weather is bad for gas mileage, says A. Thompson. Is that true?
It's terrible for gas mileage because what happens in cold weather is like what happened to my car is the air intake got so much condensation that it started to freeze. Like water started to build up and freeze. So they had to take out the air intake and like dump out a liter of water when it, or not a liter, a pint of water when it finally thawed out.
Jesus Christ.
So it was so cold that my car was just stalling. And luckily where I broke down at a rest stop was like a mile from probably the best mechanic I've ever been to, and certainly the best mechanic in Montana. So shout out to High Tech Mechanic. And wherever I broke down, I don't even remember the name of the town.
Diesel will gel up at that temperature. I'm assuming they mean negative 27 degrees.
Yeah, it's fucked, dude. It will shut you down in a heartbeat.
Glacier is the best national park in the lower 48.
I would have to agree with that. It's certainly the most beautiful one I have been to thus far, and you really gotta want it to get there because the roads get real treacherous by the early fall. I think when I went in there, it was like early October, and I just made the cutoff to get in there, which is great because there was no one there because it just gets real treacherous. So I had the whole park to myself.
Wow. Brian Netzel is a trust fund kid. His parents own Netzel's Pretzels, a chain of nightclub restaurants.
Dude, I love when people come up with the Netzel Pretzels thing. I have a friend that wants to make me a T-shirt that I should sell as merch.
Yeah, if he's not the first person to come up with that, then that T-shirt would definitely sell.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see here. Trans-Canada Highway in the winter, 2 lanes can be a nightmare.
Dude, so there's one highway taking you from America to Alaska, and it's Highway 1 or whatever. It's like Alaska 1 or something. It's Trans-Canada Highway or the Alaska-Canada Highway. It is the most treacherous thing I've ever seen in my life. And like every day is like rally car racing in the snow. You're just sliding everywhere. And after a while, it becomes fun and you get good at it. But like, it gives you a whole new respect for driving. But doing it, going there and coming back will definitely make you the best driver that you know. There's no experience like it.
Brian, I'm thinking of leaving my wife to pursue Felicia's love. What is a good van to bang in?
Ooh, man, as many times as I've owned a van, I never banged in a van because I always had enough respect to bring the woman to an actual building. I don't know that you're a van girl, though. Like, I don't know if you'd be doing van stuff.
I mean, I could probably do it for like a week.
Yeah.
I'd have to build up to it. Now, if it was one of those nice renovated vans like Tom Green has on his van life tour, maybe.
Yeah. But most of the vans that you see on the road are not like that. Most vans barely fit one person.
Yeah, they're like the pedophile vans.
Yeah, it's like the mattress is on the ground and like they don't have anything hung up. There's just like a pile. It's like going to a line cook's apartment when you go into a van.
Okay. Brian, what is your favorite podcast to get enlightenment to?
Wow, that's a great question. What's the one with Shane Torres and Kyle Kinane? I
do not know.
Oh God, he's gonna kill me for not remembering the name of this, but it's so good. Just Google the whatever podcast is that Kyle Kinane and Shane Torres has. It's amazing. I don't listen to podcasts anymore. I'm just like, I don't know. I just can't. I think I'm burned out on them. But that one, I'm on the road. It's probably the only podcast I listen to.
Okay. Wyoming literally made me stop the truck to look around. It's Mars. Oh, we might be losing you, Brian. I think you might be going through a rough patch of road or Wi-Fi anyway. If you want, you can try to go out and come back in.
You're breaking up.
Oh, there you go. But it won't be consistent. But yeah. Yeah, if you want to. I don't know if you can hear me. If you want, you can leave and come back if you want to try. Or if it's too much while you're driving, no worries. But I will continue reading some comments. Lewis and Clark and Netzel. Yep, he's basically the third member of Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark, not Lois. Lewis and Clark. Does Brian ever travel with anybody? I think he does. I think he has told me that he travels with somebody, but like sometimes, but I think it's more of a short. I think those are more short trips, like road trips with other comics, stuff like that. Oh man, there's some really good questions in here. And if anybody else wants to send a Venmo, feel free to do it. I don't need it. This is just fun for me. I love having conversations like this. Felicia, have you read On the Road? Isn't it terrible? I haven't read that. Who did that? I feel like I keep bringing up the same two people's comments. That sounds great. I hate people. Silence is wonderful. Silence is wonderful, but if silence in nature is wonderful, but after so long, you're like, okay, I need to talk to somebody. Okay, I need to be around civilization. My favorite thing is being around civilization, but not directly, talking to them. I like for people to be around, but I don't need any one-on-one personal conversation, really. Sometimes it happens, that's fine. Most of the time, no. Let's see. Earl would like this guy, Felicia. Really? Would he? I was checking out Earl's show the other night when he was not recapping, but like basically talking about the Super Bowl. I was in the chat. And I had no idea that Earl goes live like every day or every night. So I went back and I watched some of his stuff. He does some car stuff. He does some walk and talks. Earl's all over the place with it. Felicia would be a tender morsel to a grizzly. I agree. There's no way I would survive a grizzly attack. There's no way I'd be able to play dead. That's what they tell you to do, right? Well, they tell you to look big. And then I guess if you're already on the ground, play dead. But there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Oh, this is a great question that I would also want to know. Weirdest thing you've seen on the open road? Alien, Bigfoot, Ray DeVito. Felicia reminds me of a white shark. Kind of quiet and beautiful, but can bite you in half. I guess so. Guess that's probably true. Let's see. I drove through Teddy Roosevelt National Park at dusk once, and it was the eeriest feeling ever. I had this weird feeling I was going to look up and see an Indian chief on a horse. I think that's a great feeling. I think that's a magical feeling. There have been a couple of times when I felt freaked out by nature, but that's why I do stick to the trails. But when you're on a trail by yourself, it is extremely freaky. I do it all the time. But sometimes it's freaky the first time, and the more you do it, you just get used to it. But you shouldn't, because anything could happen. Don't go rock climbing with Kramer. I don't even get that reference. Is that an N-word thing? What are you talking about? Don't go rock climbing with Kramer. Oh, because he I don't know. I don't totally get that. Oh, no. Okay. I'm getting jelly, Felicia, talking to dudes that prefer her solo streams. Well, I don't know. I don't know. This isn't even the show. Like I keep telling people. This is not the show. There's a show coming that actually has comedy in it. But I feel bad that I haven't read Brian's book yet. And I can't even. I tried to bring up the photo of it. It's available on Amazon. If you just type in boondocking, it's called Boondocking for the Brokenhearted. But even if you just type in Brian Netzel boondocking, it will come up. I think it's, let me check. It's $20. I think it's kind of a smaller book. You're not supposed to sleep in your car, but what if it's a van? Like we're talking about. What if you got a bus or a van or an RV, which I guess is not a car, but I think I've only slept in my car once, but it was outside of a hospital. And I've taken naps in my car, so. I've driven through the desert hundreds of times. You'll be fine, honey. Who are you, Flo, the waitress? Calling me honey? Well, I'm hundreds of times. That's impressive. But all I got to do that first time to get, mentally. Which it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But hey, we all have fears that we have to overcome, right? This is mine. -27 can freeze your dong to your ball bag. these are medical terms. That's a medical condition, a medical term. I believe it. What the fuck is that noise? This place is weirding me out, man. Okay, Felicia, do you have a full-size spare tire? Is the jack good? Yes. Yes. I have all of those things. I don't know how to operate all of those things. Should I take a class before I go through the desert? Should I take a women's how to change a tire for women class? Looks like we've got a hater. A hater and a troll. Yeah, I'll put some stand up. I actually did do stand up the other night on a live stream. So if you didn't catch it, that's on you. That is on you. Oh, The Hitcher is one of the strangest old thrillers from the 80s. Haven't heard of it. Definitely going to look it up now. Oh, is this the plot of the movie now? C. Thomas Howell gets stalked across the country by an insane, possibly supernatural hitchhiker played by Rutger Hauer. Well, it doesn't make any sense. And it's very fun, but also really unsettling. Okay. What's it called again? The Hitcher? I'm definitely going to look it up. This guy also suggests The Hitcher. Wow. Okay. Well, 2 people are in here suggesting that. Then here's the other thing. I don't know if I can see all of the comments that are happening in the chat. So I don't know if there's a certain setting that I'm missing. But comic road trip sounds nauseating. Well, it's really not. It is if you're with the wrong comic. That is for sure. Which is why you would never want to take long trips with somebody that you haven't before. But unless it's like most of the time you can figure out how somebody is going to be in the car. There are a lot of people who are just like energy vampires, and you're like, there's no fucking way I'm going in a car with this person. I don't even want to be standing around this person. But comic road trips are actually very fun. They can be great. It's a barrel of laughs is basically what I'm trying to say. No, I'm not creeping on Earl. Earl has a show, and I watched it. I'm fanning out. Felicia, watching you interview weird freaks is a pleasure you enjoy. Never stop. I don't think Brian is a weird freak at all. I do enjoy talking to weird freaks because why not? Regular ass, healthy, normal people are boring. So if I'm going to have somebody on to interview, why not a weird freak? But Brian, I don't think falls under that category. He's like super healthy. Just because he takes road trips in his car doesn't make him a freak. Oh my goodness, this is true. Felicia has very scalpable hair. Yeah, I do. 100%. Are you taking I-40? See, this is the big debate. This is what everybody is saying. Should she take I-40? Should she take I-10? I've been told to take I-10. I've been told I-10 is the way. I-10 is the southern route. I-40 is the northern route. Is that right? So I've been told to take I-10. So I have not even looked at a map. And it's going to be a while before I can even make the drive. It was going to happen earlier, but it's not now because I have bookings now in the Northeast. So okay, watch the Trilogy of Terror. Is this something you're telling me to watch before I go to the desert? Should I also watch Tremors? Dude, Tremors had me fucked up as a kid. Seriously. Not because of the movie itself, because of what happened after I watched the movie. I was a kid. We watched the movie. And after that, like all of the adults just decided to go outside. The movie's over. We're done. We're just like, the kids are like just sitting in the place on the couch. Like we're just whatever. And then all of a sudden you hear all three adults start banging on the window, and we can't see because there are drapes. Scared the fuck out of us. So I'll never forget Tremors, even though I actually want to watch that movie. I should watch that movie. It's going to be terrible, isn't it? That movie's not going to hold up. There's no fucking way. I think I tried to watch it a couple years ago and I was like, this is so bad. I'm not going to watch this. Imagine a road trip with Ray. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, I did. I have imagined it back when I was doing the show and the camper people were bringing it up. So I have imagined it, and it's not something that's going to happen. Tom Myers and Gilly in Road to Los Angeles. Nope, that's not going to happen either. See, this is why it's much better to just do it by myself. So I don't have to. Because here's the thing. I want the company. I want somebody there to help me out. And what always happens is I end up babysitting the other person. I don't care who it is. That's just what happens. And maybe I don't want to do that. Send Tom Myers a link. Why? I have had Tom Myers on here already. You can view that in a previous live stream. I talked to Tom for about an hour and I really got in there. I dug in there. I asked him all of the tough questions, the hard-hitting sobriety questions. And so if you're into Tom Myers, check out that stream, which also includes, it's a long stream. It's one of the longer ones that includes Corey Adam, and Matt Mead is on that same stream. Brian is okay. Brian's fantastic. I love Brian. He's also very funny. He has a couple of clips online of his stand-up. He's not a guy who's like, trying to get famous, which is what I like about him. So he doesn't have, he's not a dick, but he's like genuinely funny. And he's also easy to listen to. I asked him to host for me when I headlined at the Pittsburgh Improv. That's how much I like Brian as a comic. What's this? Okay, go to AutoZone. Get a few cans of BG44K. Get the fuel system nice and clean and service your car before you go. Change all filters and fluids. Check tires. You will be okay. Okay, that is a big fucking checklist. My car is great. It's serviced regularly, unlike myself. So my car gets off more than I do at this point. So I take good care of it, and it's glowing. So my car's doing good. I got good tires. Everything's good on my car. It's so I don't anticipate anything happening, but you never know. And absolutely, I would make sure that everything is ready to go before that happens. Okay. All right. Felicia, I would volunteer to drive cross country with you if you'd agree to wear a shock collar for my safety. I cannot agree to that. A shock collar. Can we put it in my pants? That's a question. That's for everybody. How about vibrating underwear? That would be much better for me and possibly you. But no, I will not be wearing a shock collar cross country with you. I used to listen to Greg Proops' podcast. I even bought his stand-up album on vinyl. What? Wait a minute. What are you saying right now? Greg Proops, has Greg Proops ever been that funny that you need to buy his album on vinyl? Is that even First of all, who's putting Greg Proops' album on vinyl? That's insane. Greg Proops is funny, but come on. You bought it on vinyl, and I think he's way funnier as an improviser. Now, I don't know what he's doing now. Last I saw he had gigs on the Disney Channel. I think I saw him on something on there, but wow, okay. Never opened it. Tried to sell it to a record store years later, and they had no interest. Of course they didn't, because they were like, who the fuck is this guy? Is this the man from Caroline in the City? Who is this? I can't believe that. That's probably not even true. You're probably just yanking my chain. Okay. Oops. I drove from New Jersey to Vegas back in 2017. 2,222 miles. I had my cat with me. I stayed over 3 nights along the way. Totally doable. I had no weapons, but I had AAA and Volkswagen roadside. I-40 was a smooth ride. With a cat. Okay, well, a cat. Okay, well, I will not be taking a cat. Okay. 3 nights. Totally doable. I'm assuming you're a dude, though. It's a little bit different for dudes. For women, it's more like this. The hills have eyes. That's what it's like for women. Tremors holds up 100%. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Is this true? There are 5 Tremor movies now. I gotta look that up. There's no fucking way. That's unnecessary. Okay, what's this? Have you heard about the scam of the woman who pretends to be injured, lying on the road? Whatever you do, don't stop. I won't. There's no fucking way I would ever stop for that. I don't care if you think I'm a sociopath or a psychopath. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care if you say I have no empathy. I'm not stopping for that. I'll definitely swerve to miss her body, but I'm not. No. I'll probably call. Would I even call? I would probably call 911. But if it's in the middle of nowhere, which I'm assuming it's not, because if she's lying in the road, she's going to be near something because it's a scam, right? So I'll probably call the police to report it and say, hey, you guys need to go check this out. And then they can check it out. I'd rather road trip with Ray than Liam eating all the snacks and claiming he didn't. Well, is Liam a liar, though? I don't know if Liam's a liar. I feel like Liam would be like, I did eat the snacks. I apologize. I didn't realize how much I ate. I feel like that would be what he would say. And who knows? He might not even eat all the snacks. This chat is insane. The chat is insane. Felicia, do you know James Inman? James Inman is one of Stanhope's openers, correct? Is that who that is? I do not know him. I can't picture what he looks like right now. I think I just know the name as a Stanhope opener. I think that's who that is. Why do you ask? Oh, great question. Ever hear the sound of an old woman giggling coming from that floor grate in the middle of the night? I have not heard anything from the floor. Thank fucking God. I did ask Jim about it. I told him that I did a podcast where we discovered the hole. And he was like, yeah, it's just an old vent but it works. It's operational. So the air comes, it sucks the air in, and then the air comes up out of the rest of the vents. And thank God I haven't heard anything. The only thing I hear in this house is pops from, I guess, pops and creaks from the house expanding and contracting depending on the temperature. I didn't realize it, and you probably can't see. Well, maybe you can see on that room back there. Jim has put down plastic, but he has only taped. He's only taped it to 2 walls, but it's on the floor. So this same plastic that's right here, I guess he's just using it to stand on. There's plastic in that room. I didn't know that he put plastic in that room one day, and so the heat came on. And it's covering the vent. So the heat was blowing the plastic, and I heard the noise, and it freaked me the fuck out because I was like, what the hell is that? So that was fun. That was a fun minute. Can Felicia drive a manual transmission? Not great. I've done it a couple of times in my life, which is not enough to know how to do it. I couldn't jump in a manual right now without destroying it. Wow, you guys are hating on Liam right now. Oh, man. I don't want a parrot. There's no way I would get a bird. A bird would be fun. You got to get an African gray if you're going to get a bird. The African gray is the bird with the most intelligence. You can teach it to talk. And it knows how to construct sentences once you teach it. Like African grays, they can add apparently as well. So African grays, they gave an African. There's a one, his name is Einstein. So if you look up the African gray, Einstein, you can see that there was a woman who was training it to learn the most words out of any other bird. And she was just expanding its vocabulary constantly. So she gave it a cake one day, and it described it as yummy bread. So it knew the word yummy and bread and decided to put those words together itself. So African grays are incredibly intelligent. They're one of the most intelligent animals, I think. I don't know which number out of, I don't know where it ranks, but it's very intelligent. But I think they live a very long time as well. So that's another reason why I probably wouldn't get one. If I had a different life, I would probably get an African gray. Now, an octopus, I really would love to have at some point in my life because they only live about a year or 6 months or something. And they are, higher intelligence than African grays. So I would love to get an octopus just to have it, but they bite. They do bite, but whatever. Okay, they bite. So what? I don't want to get bit, but I would love to play with it, and I would love to observe it, and that would be very fun for me. Octopus. The octopus is probably one of my favorite animals. I think it might be the elephant, though. I think the elephant is my favorite, but an octopus, close second. And then I'm a girl, so of course I love horses. Ooh, got some haters. I love it when the haters come in. Oh, I had a girlfriend who was a big fan of Whose Line Is It Anyway? It was a deal breaker. Listen, that show is funny. I think that show's funny. You can binge watch that show and always laugh. Colin Mockery is the best. And he's still out there doing stuff. He's still touring with Ryan Stiles, I believe. And if he's not with Ryan Stiles, he's touring with other people. The other guy's name, Chip Chantry, or is that a different Chip I'm thinking of? Is Chip Chantry a stand-up comedian? I don't know. Wayne Brady, like they all still tour together and do shows. What is that noise? So yeah, sometimes I hear noises and I have to take out the earbud to... Do you hear it? You probably can't hear it, but see the bag is moving right now because the heat just came on. Okay, this is you guys talking to each other. I don't know if I already said it, but yeah, I already got one Venmo tonight. I don't think I've gotten another one because I didn't hear my phone go off. But if anybody wants to send a Venmo, that's what it is. You don't have an African gray, A. Thompson. Or do you? You do have this guy, I didn't even know he has an African gray as his profile picture. Did you just change that? Do you have an African gray? Is it dumb? Do you have an retarded African gray? Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Parrots do live too long. I agree. Also, you need a lot of space for a parrot. People don't understand how much animals need, and they get them because they're selfish and they don't know how to take care of them correctly. It's bad. So I would not have any type of pet unless I could care for it properly because animals deserve that. Yep, elephants rule. I agree. Do you ever worry about the skeletal remains hidden in those walls? Well, I didn't even think about that until you just brought it up. So I will be not sleeping tonight. You guys really know how to freak me out. I appreciate that. Did you guys see the lightning earlier coming out of the coming at the back door, lighting it up? That was fun. Yes, crows are also very super smart. Super smart. Not very super smart, just regular super smart. They problem solve and use tools. Yes, I've seen those videos. Incredible. Crows are. Did you hear that? Crows are incredible. Oh my God, I feel like there's so many comments. Okay. What is that? I don't need these headphones anymore, do I? I don't think I need these headphones anymore. Okay. That's it. That's it. So Brian's not coming back, obviously, because he is going through wherever Montana, on to the next state. So that's that. I wish I could figure out how to bring up. See, I don't know enough. I got to do more research. I have to practice more on this. But I will tell you this. This is not the show, obviously. This is just something I'm doing for fun, talking to people I like to talk to. I have been, maybe I shouldn't even talk about it because then people just say that it's never going to happen, but it is going to happen. Yes, the sounds are coming from inside of the house. I do believe that. I 100% believe that. I don't even know if it's still raining right now. I live in apartments because houses are scary. That's a great, I kind of agree with that. How rich is my richest friend? I don't even know. I mean, it's like, I have friends who are so rich. Hello? Hello? Okay, I know what the noise is now. Now I know what the noise is. It's not that late. It's only 10:24 on the East Coast. I'm going to try something here because let's see. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, that doesn't work. Hmm. 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 Yep. Yep. Live streaming on YouTube is so weird. Has your car ever broken down? No, it hasn't. Did you hear that? I'm going to open. Oh my God, this is so insane. I'm going to open the back door real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm switching my mic so I don't have to deal with keeping earbuds in my ears. It's raining. And then when it rains, it's like creating very weird noises. I can't believe. I wish I could have. Yeah, I wish Brian could have stayed longer. It sounds much better with a microphone, doesn't it? I'm changing my sound settings just in case. So it should, I don't know, everything should be working, but now my ears are open to the surroundings. Brian is a good egg, I agree. He's great. How long have I known him? A while. Multiple years. No, okay, so I got these on sale. This is called Shaka Tea. Is the thing mirrored? How do I unmirror it? I don't, no, it's not mirrored because, okay. So it's called Shaka Tea Hawaii. This is mango hibiscus, and I had one of these once, and I loved it. I found it at Whole Foods, and then the next time I went back, they did not have them, and they haven't had them since. And then I just found them at a place where I'm at,
and I bought 4 of them. They were on sale because they were discontinued. So everything that I fall in love with gets discontinued. So this is naturally caffeine-free herbal tea, and it's very good. Based in Hilo, Hawaii, Shaka tea is brewed with one of the rarest herbal teas in the world. So I wonder if it got discontinued because now this rare herbal tea is endangered. It's on the endangered species list, possibly. It's only found in the Hawaiian Islands. Maki. That's the name of the tea, I think. Shaka tea practices direct trade, sourcing mamaki leaves from local farmers that are sustainably grown in volcanic, mineral-rich soil. See, that's why it's so addictive, because I'm basically drinking volcano minerals. Our teas are infused with premium botanicals in refreshing tropical flavors to share with the world and provide herbal hydration to support your wellness journey. Oh, so this is a great tea. Planting mamaki is an act of conservation, providing critical habitat for the native pollinator butterfly of Hawaii, Pulelehua. Pulelehua! So that's what this tea is. I got this one is mango hibiscus, and I also have I have pineapple mint, which is so good. It's so good. Yep. Gina Bobina. Content. If you guys missed it, I interviewed Brian Netzel. You can go back and watch earlier if you want. We talk about shit. He wrote a book. I need to put his book up. I can't figure out how. So these are amazing. I also have double chocolate chip muffins in the fridge, which they're disappointing. I'm going to throw them away because I ate one today. There's only like 2 chocolate chips in the whole thing. That's a ripoff. Seriously. I have had chocolate chip muffins that are far better than the ones I have right now. I also have some frozen burritos. And I have frozen burritos. AT&T sent me 2 modems because they're fucking stupid. So now I have to return 2 modems. It's raining. There's a possible thunderstorm happening that I can see on the screen if there's lightning. So if I lose the power, then you guys were blessed by the heavens to get me to get off of this live stream. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to have different. It's just fun to have fun stuff in your refrigerator, especially when you don't have. I have the bare minimum here. I have the bare minimum setup because I'm not staying very long. Thunder and lightning in February? Yes. Renovator Jim is not going to jack my frozen burritos because, first of all, he knows better. He left coconut water in the fridge, and I really think that's crossing a boundary. I almost offered him the Modelo that's left in there. Somebody left a shitload of Modelo, But I think that's inappropriate to offer to a guy who's, in the place that you're renting with a nail gun. See this space right here? I was doing cartwheels in there last night. No, I'm not working out material. I'm working on a show concept right now, and it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I've had a show concept for a while, but it's not doable. So I mean, you are correct about the hidden camera thing. People do put hidden cameras in. I belonged to a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym, and one of the male members put a hidden camera in the female changing room. This place didn't have a locker room, but it had a changing room. So somebody found it and, took it to the owner, and it was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. I can't, I just like, why? Why do people do shit like that? What the fuck is wrong with you? Sorry for swearing. I'm trying to not swear as much anymore. Jim, there's still a fucking hole in the wall. I don't know. What? I don't know why. I don't know why he can't get it to work. I have a sneaking suspicion that Jim is not like as much of a professional as we think, or as I thought. Like, I mean, he's professional. He's not unprofessional, but I'm saying his skill set is probably not. It does look like a glory hole, the hole that's in the wall. It really does. I don't know if you can hear the rain at this point. It's very loud. This has been happening for 2 days straight. And it has made the area above the washing machine, stink. So I plugged it up with a towel that I found here. And it's been great. I haven't had to smell that odor. But I don't walk around here naked anyway, so it doesn't matter. I actually sleep with my shoes on. I sleep fully clothed with my shoes on. If I had to buy a new car tomorrow, what would I buy? What's my budget? Nope, I don't have any spoons. I have forks. Yep, I have knives. I have forks and knives. I've never owned a Toyota, so I don't know. I have owned a Honda, so I've owned 2 Hondas. No, I don't want a van. You think Martin Lawrence is an overrated comedian? Honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen his comedy. I have seen the show Martin. So Did you guys see the fan blades? See? I gotta check my phone to see if anybody sent me any messages. All right. I got another payment from Starry. Starry, I don't know if you're still here. You're probably not. I haven't seen you, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to Starry and Rick. You guys are amazing. I can't even believe it. I honestly can't even believe it. This is just nuts. So I appreciate it very much. Yep. Everybody hates this paper towel rack. I didn't do it. It was like that when I got here. They were like that when I got here. I didn't do it. Well, my Honda ownership experience was okay, but then the car was totaled by somebody who had neck surgery and shouldn't have been driving in the first place. And they pulled out when they shouldn't have because they couldn't turn their neck far enough to check the traffic. And then I hit them. They were at fault, but my car was totaled. So I think I only had the Honda for 3 years, 2 years or something. What is my favorite horror movie? I should take that off the screen. So switch it. What's your favorite horror movie? You're going to hate this. You're going to hate this. I love the movie Insidious. Is that a horror? Is that a horror or is that more of a thriller? Probably a horror. So Insidious has amazing suspense building. The pacing is really good. The story is interesting. However, it's not one of the greatest movies I've ever seen, but I like that horror movie because I'm not a blood and guts person. So that movie doesn't have blood and guts. The whole, whatever you call it, it's not really a trilogy, but the rest of those movies, The Haunting, what is it? The Haunting in Connecticut? Is that the other one? But those like 3 movies that are all like the same cast, except for Saw. I don't like Saw. But I haven't seen that many horror movies, so. Who's a comedian you lost all respect for? I have somebody in mind that I will not say because why would I do that? Actually, there are 2 that I can think of. Probably a lot more. Have you seen The Substance? No. Have you seen The Substance? My favorite horror movie is Later Tonight. I cannot tell you what it's about because spoilers can prevent it from occurring. Well, that's creepy. Who's a successful comedian you met and they were nice and down to earth? I mean, a lot of people. Um, Successful. So I'm assuming you mean like sort of wealthy. Well, Dan Cummins is great, but I had already worked with him before he became more successful. So, and he remembered me. So that may have been why he was nice to me. But I also think that he seems like he'd be a nice guy in general. Dan Cummins. And nice and down to earth. I mean, just a lot of them, really. Successful. Doug Stanhope probably is like, he's great. Who else? I'm just gonna say like the majority of people because I think the majority of them are nice. They're not like the nicest, but majority of people are just totally fine. Oh, I did see Late Night with the Devil. Wait, did I? No, I haven't seen that yet. I'm confusing it with something else because that scene in the Joker, it feels like Late Night with the Devil is strictly based off of that one scene in the Joker, doesn't it? With Robert De Niro, where he's doing the Murray Franklin show. So I haven't seen Late Night with the Devil, but it feels like I already have. We should all watch the original Scream. Why are you guys? Why are you guys all talking about horror movies? Is this scary? Is this scary creeping you out? Oh man. Felicia, last night Ray DeVito had a female comic on who is also a psychic. Wouldn't being a psychic steer a person away from doing stand-up? Psychics, they're not real. So I've been to 3 psychics and I feel like they get one piece of information correct. And the rest of them and the rest of the information is incorrect. Did you see Stanhope piss on Ari Shafir? Like literally or either way, I did not. I still haven't watched Stanhope's new special because I was there when he filmed it, but I do want to watch it. It looks like they made some editing choices that are interesting. She's intuitive and knew that Ray hates Gash. Well, I could say a lot and I won't. Ari is a creepy guy. I had a crush on Ari Shafir for 1 week. Nothing came of it. Nothing happened. I decided to not do anything with it. Please tell me you're the rare lady who doesn't believe in tarot cards and stuff like that. I participate for fun. I think it's interesting, but at the end of the day, I don't put any stock in it. Yeah, Ari does like to whip his dong out, doesn't he? In front of dudes. I don't know. It's just like certain type of dude behavior that's so, you know, Well, the rain sure does sound nice. Do you guys want to see the room with the plastic? Should I switch the camera angle up? Maybe that would be a huge hit in here tonight. No, I'm never going to shut this mouth. Never. No. I'm probably going to do a set. What is it, Wednesday? Okay, tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I'm going to try to do a set tomorrow. Probably like 3 sets, at least 2 sets tomorrow. Because I'll have shows the following week. And here's the thing, though. I would love to live stream it and have all you guys watch, but it's going to be like, it's going to be brand new material. And I don't want anybody criticizing it except for the audience that I'm doing it in front of. Because I need to let it simmer and grow and see what I can do with it. You suck. You suck. I agree. I think this sucks. If you want to, well, did you see the Brian Nessel interview? Did you think that sucked? Because if you think that sucked, then I don't know. What are you doing here? You could literally watch anything else on the internet. It's the internet. Do you know what WWW stands for? World Wide Web. You can go anywhere. Anywhere. And then when I put something on here that is good, you'll watch it. This is bad and you're watching it. See, I don't know. Yeah, I don't care though. That's the thing is I don't care. Do you know how many people are doing streams online that are worse than what I'm doing? Like worse. If you play for the other team, then you're just not welcome here then. That's just how it is. I've blocked like 10 people so far, and I love doing it. No, it's way worse. I promise you. It's way worse. If there's gonna be what? If there's gonna be, do you hear that? I think there might be a leak in here now. Do you hear that? Oh my God. It's so loud. Yeah, I think there's a leak in here. I feel like I hear water dripping onto the floor. Don't you guys have somewhere to be? Where do you guys have to be? I'm not gushing. You're gushing. Yeah, I think there's a leak. This is nothing like a girlfriend simulator. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Have you ever had a girlfriend? No, I'm not into vans. I mean, if it's like a nice van. Did you guys see Tom Green's van? Once COVID happened, Tom Green got a van, and he bought a van and a dog, and then he bought some drones, maybe just one drone, and then he went out and he filmed a bunch of stuff on the road. And now that's over, and now he has a donkey. So Tom Green has been doing some odd things. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I guess I don't have as much to say tonight. Sorry. You guys are the ones who are here. Blame yourselves, really. I mean, take accountability for your taste in live streams. What's in the fridge? You got here late. I covered it, man. There's frozen burritos in the freezer. Ooh, I also have frozen waffles. I have organic frozen blueberry and raspberry waffles. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'll make some waffles. I have to make them in the oven. Yes, there are muffins. Double chocolate chip muffins that I will be throwing in the trash because not enough chocolate chips in the actual muffin. Pizza cupcakes. The only way that would work is if if you think about it, a calzone is a pizza cupcake, just in a different shape. So you'd have to make you basically would have to do a calzone in the shape of a muffin. There it is. Did you see the lightning? Oh my god. How crazy would it be if the lightning Do you hear that? Do you see the plastic moving? There it goes. How crazy would it be if the lightning lit up and then there was a person standing there? That would be fucking nuts. No, you can't send me DoorDash. You can send me Venmos, Cash Apps, and PayPals. Yeah, you heard that one. You heard that one. I don't think where I am get tornadoes, but I'm not sure. No. Anyway, I'm on the phone today with 3 people constructing my thing that yes, I have Netflix. Who's my favorite rapper? I have no idea right now. I have no idea. Can you make, okay, you can't really make pizza dough grow the way you want it to, right? I guess. I don't know. If you had a pizza cupcake, it would have to be so big. And at that point, it's is it really going to bake because of the shape of the cupcake? So I don't think you could make pizza. It wouldn't be worth it. It'd be so much dough. You'd have to put some dough in the bottom of the cupcake pan and then fill it with pepperoni and cheese. And then I guess whatever other ingredients you want to put in there, olives. But this stuff would have to be already sort of baked a little bit maybe. And then you would have to cover it. So it'd have to be a flat top cupcake. It'd have to be a pocket, like a calzone. And then you bake it. And then maybe, you know what you could do? You could, instead of putting sauce on the top so that it runs off, you could inject the sauce into the cupcake with a syringe. So you leave a pocket and then you bake it. I don't even know if that would work. I have no idea. I'm not a baker. But you could leave some air inside. You make like a pocket, right? And then cover it. And then once it bakes, you infuse the sauce in that way. But it has to be hot sauce. Like hot, it has to be warm at least. And then you bite into it. But then you bite into it, you get like sauce running all over your face, maybe. It's like all gooey in there. I don't know if it's brilliant or not, but it's worth some. I bet you somebody has tried it. Some pothead somewhere has tried that before. I don't even know if there are any good rappers who exist. You deep fried pizza dough nugs and they puffed like small cupcakes. Cakes. You could inject sauce for sure. Let's fucking do it. Let's fucking do it. Sorry, I don't want to say fuck anymore. Was that lightning? Renovator Jim has caulked every corner of this house. Well, I feel like it's time to go. It was time to go an hour ago. You know why I don't give a shit what other people think about what I'm doing right now? Because I know where it's going. I know where it's going. If people cared what other people thought about what you're doing at the beginning of something, you'd never finish it. Hey Thompson, you're into the car talk, aren't you? I researched newer cars about a month ago to see what was out there and how much they are and what's going on, but not a lot of exciting stuff in my opinion, as far as like your everyday common person. Ross Dog, you're getting fake news and misinformation from non-credible sources. I am so sorry to tell you. They are making you look so dumb for believing them. I don't want pizza right now. Mhm. You do. You do look dumb. I mean, good. Have fun with it, bro. Have fun with it. And then when it's over, then what? You know what I mean? Then what? Mm. No, I don't want to book gigs along the way to California. That sounds like a nightmare. This is nuts. Yeah, just about every city has a comedy club. What the fuck? This is like um I'm stretching my neck, Gil. I got a stiff neck from sucking all that cock. I agree with you, Frank. It is terrible. There's a father famine. Let's see. Yeah, the other day I was going to binge watch some of the newest Bigfoot footage, and I forgot. I just forgot. Do you guys prefer whatever? I don't give a shit what you prefer. I was wondering if people like this type of stream or the car type of stream. I like both of them myself. No, I haven't seen any good stand up on Netflix. I mean, I watched Nate Bargatze's recent special. Honestly, I thought it was too long. That's the latest I've seen, I think. I need to watch Stanhope's special. I do. It's on YouTube. Wait, Chris Porter has a new special? If Chris Porter has a new special, then I am fucking excited. I love Chris Porter. I got to work with Chris Porter a couple times. He's great. He has the strongest stage. What do you want? What am I gonna call it? He has the strongest command of the stage. Out of any other club comic that I can think of. It's insane. Like, it is insane. And it does not translate on television, but in person, it's crazy. And probably has something to do with his height. He's pretty tall. But also, it's, the voice. So. Oh, it's old. Oh, okay. It's on Netflix. Oh, the brown leather jacket. That's the one where he also has like bell bottoms, I think. That's a pretty the dude that rape bit is like amazing. I think I saw somebody on Instagram try to do that same bit, like that same premise, and it's just like, dude, you have no idea. You have no idea. Can't wait to get on the road, but I got to do all these sets and work out this new material and hash out this concept. And then we all die. All right, I think I'm going to end it there. That's 2.5 hours. We had a great time. I appreciate everybody. I'm going to check one more time. I'm going to check my phone one more time. Oh, yep. Everything good. I want to thank Rick and Starry for the payments. That is very generous. I have not seen Cocaine Bear. I don't think I want to see Cocaine Bear. I will be watching a bunch of things tonight, and I'll be having a good time. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you again soon. And remember, you don't always have to watch.